Derek Ward, welcome to the show.
What's up, Derek? Batman. Let's go.
It's the first time ever having another Derek on the show, man.
And spelled the right way.
Exactly. That's an important note, and one that you and I recognized the first time we ever met.
That's right.
Last time I saw you, you were getting a haircut this morning.
Yeah, well, look, bro, last week's been crazy, and I'm just kind of like the guy, our core values, get the job done. So when I knew we had a call, I needed to get a haircut. So I'm like, we'll just do the call, get the haircut.
We got it done.
Got it done.
Awesome, man. Well, hey, I really appreciate you jumping on with me. This has been something that you and I have both been trying to put together for a while, but we've both had very busy schedules that have conflicted with one another for quite some time, but I'm glad we're able to make it happen.
Same, man. I'm pumped to be here, dude. I've listened to your podcast. I see your guests, so I'm a privilege and honor to be on here as a guest.
Cool. Let's get rolling. Where did your love for football come from?
That's actually a great question. No one's ever asked me that before. Where did my love from football come from? Honestly, I have no idea. Actually, okay. So the story is I was playing soccer. My older brother was a soccer player and a runner. My dad was a basketball player and a baseball player. So no one in our family played football. I was playing soccer at the time because my older brother were 6 years apart. He was playing soccer and he was a really good soccer player. But I would always hit the kids. If I had the ball, I would hit them. Or if I had the ball, I would try to target them and just get them out of the way. And then my dad one day was like, you need to play football. So he just put me in football one day. And then I just loved the game of football. I just loved the hitting. I loved the pads. I just loved everything about football. I loved watching football. We love watching football. Cowboys Nation, since born and raised. Let's go, baby. The real team in the NFC East. But as I started playing, I just grew a love for it. And then it wasn't until probably my 7th or 8th grade year in middle school that I really fell in love with football. And I saw it as an opportunity to go play college. And I sunk every ounce of sweat, blood, and tears into maximizing football from then on out. Like, I was the 13-year-old kid running hills, in 90-degree weather, wearing a sweatsuit because I needed to make weight to play a skill position. I just loved it, man. And I have no regrets or my dad made me. I made me. I loved it.
That's awesome. I want to peel that onion back a little bit. What was your first introduction into strength and conditioning and speed training?
Not until I did a post-grad year of high school. So to backtrack, when I was 12, my older brother was an All-American, okay? One of the best runners in the nation. He was actually the 14th ranked runner in the nation. Went to Duke on a full scholarship. Was Duke's first ever running scholarship. And so looking up to him, I saw the work, right, that went into being the best. Not just being your best, but actually being top. And his training regimen and his discipline and him running 110 miles a week and him, not really having a social life, but all the success that came with it. And I loved that. So when I was 12, 13, I'm like, well, I'm a different sport, so I guess I just got to go do push-ups every day and be in my basement gym with little 10-pound weights trying to build my biceps. And my dad was always into fitness, so he kind of guided me. So from 12, 13, 14, I was watching YouTube videos, the old Spark, Nike Spark days, the speed, power, agility, reaction, quickness. And I just fell in love with the training aspect, but it was all self-taught, all YouTube. And then it wasn't until probably 14, 15 that I was getting the bodybuilding magazines and bodybuilding.com, chest and back, bis and tris, legs and shoulders splits, and did that all through high school. And then it wasn't until I graduated high school and did a post-grad year at a boarding school here in Connecticut that I had a strength and conditioning coach who was really, really good, who actually trained us through a program, chains and sleds and managing volume and intensity. And all my numbers just skyrocketed. And I'm like, wow, I've never been this strong, this fast, and felt this great before. And that's when I was like, wow, there's a system to this. And then when I went to college, unfortunately, it went down because the program that we ran wasn't that great. So all my times went down, all my numbers went down. But that was my wake-up call of wow, there's a way to do this, and there's a good way and a bad way to do this. So that's when I fell in love with the strength and conditioning aspect of things. But one thing I always loved and appreciated was there's nothing else in life that you can do to force yourself to do something that sucks and that doesn't feel good and not get any immediate return and still choose to put yourself in that position. There's nothing else on earth that you can do that. And that's when I love the training, because I'm like, there's nothing else I can do to physically feel like crap, to sacrifice all the luxuries of being able to eat what you want, do what you want, and not get any return for 6 months. And this is it. So that's what made me fall in love with the process.
Yeah, there's no way to fabricate those returns. You can't buy them.
Nope.
You know what's funny is you mentioned how you've gone through numerous programs for better and worse, right? You went through programs that you would consider good by your standards now and programs that you would consider bad. And I think anybody that's been through sports through the majority of their life and is now finds themselves in some sort of a strength and conditioning setting, being it as a fitness enthusiast, a coach, or a gym owner, would agree with that statement. And what I think is really interesting about working with youth is that to the layman, it's almost, I don't want to say it's impossible, but it's very difficult for the average person to know whether a program is good or bad, because kids and youth respond so well to anything. Like, for instance, if you have a weak 10-year-old or 11-year-old and I put you through, you come to my gym and all I do is make you run 400-meter repeats, your squat will